Yeah. Is there a Pokemon finance channel everywhere? Anywhere on YouTube? Is there anybody who will do Pokemon finance? I will. I'll talk to you about some Pokemon finance. I'll tell you what's going on. It's a bubble. It's going to happen. It's going to burst. What do you think?
Vintage Magic. Game, collect, invest. For more information about our consulting and professional services, visit vintagemagic.com.
All right, guys, welcome back. Upon popular request, I am now going to do some Pokemon finance. I don't know why I'm saying this to myself. All my cousins, nieces and nephews are laughing in their grave. Not grave. What am I talking about? They're laughing on their Nintendo Switches. I don't even know what gaming systems they're on anymore. I don't understand Pokemon. But in this video, we're talking all about Pokemon finance. Yep, I know. No, Dan. No, guys, I am not quitting Magic. I just find it fascinating as hell. What the hell is going on right now? Well, this is what's going on. What is going on is that Pokemon prices for sealed boxes and even graded cards are going higher than ever. That's right. You literally, there's literally a box that you can buy for $2,500 one week, and then 2 weeks later, it goes to $4,000. What the effing flip is going on? This another box went for $7,000 2 weeks ago, goes for $10,000, $11,000. I think one went for $12,000. Actually, it's like $7,000. It's crazy. It's madness. So what's going on? Now, let me give you a backstory real quick. For those of you in the Pokemon world, there's a thing called the reserve list and the reserve list buyout, which was essentially this 2017, 2018, and started tapering off in 2019 trend. Where basically, in Magic, there's this set of cards that were deemed by Wizards unprintable again, reprintable. So if you notice, Charizard, what is that card? The Dragon Dude, okay? Again, I don't know my guys. Blastoise, Venusaur. I know, make fun of me. But these guys can be reprinted over and over again. Have you noticed all these EX, Shiny Foil, Rising Moon Sun, whatever. Okay, whatever sets. I'm not making fun of Pokemon. I don't know the words, but the point is they can reprint the crap out of them and put additional foiling, special edition craziness, a dragon, redeem a dragon, a real dragon teeth. I don't know. They can do whatever they want, right? So that's what's going on, is that Wizards did basically a reserve list for Magic. Hence, like the Power 9, Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, the dual lands, right? The 10 dual lands. Those cards cannot be reprinted at all, right? So that was a promise. Now that you get the backstory, here's what's going on. What I'm noticing is two things. I think I've discovered two things. One is inflation. Well, actually, probably three things. One is inflation. Inflation, what's going on is that, same thing with Magic, same parallel. The whole situation that occurs right now with the rising boxes and card prices, I think Pokemon is undervalued in many cases. It's always been like Pokemon's not like Magic. It's not worth as much as Magic. No. It doesn't have the ability to rise. The thing is, Pokemon collectors, players, you guys are enthusiasts, you guys are collectors, you guys are fans, and you guys are growing up and making more money. So inflation, remember, people making more money, it'll rise very quickly, right? And obviously, with a short supply, especially of first edition boxes, for the love of freaking God. The first edition boxes, I don't know how rare they are. I don't know what the percentage is of how rare they are in Pokemon, but they are crazy demand, right? Super high demand. That it used to be like, a box used to be like $500 maybe 4 years ago, and now it's $6,000. For the love of God. That's just the way it is. It's crazy, right? So the demand and the rarity has changed. Another thing I noticed, very importantly, is the coronavirus debacle. Obviously, a lot of people have a theory, and people have told me, people in the Pokemon world have said, I think people are just shopping right now because they're bored. And they're buying packs, and some people buy boxes to open, and they're trying to copy guys like PokeRev, trying to open them up, trying to get that nostalgia bug, or they're just bored. But the thing is, that's that's like backwards. Why are you buying boxes or packs to open them up when you're basically supposed to be a time of recession? I mean, what kind of recession is this? You buy Pokemon boxes and then you just open them up, and then the valuations are really not there. PSA is closed. Well, they just opened it back up and Beckett, I guess. But what are you doing? What's going on? So what is going on there? That's something I recognize there. The third thing I realized about the Pokemon boxes, that why I think they're also going up, truly, the big thing is I actually think that it was kind of a conversation I had last night with a Pokemon investor. To me, you know how Magic, and this is a little bit higher level here. You know how Magic has artist proofs, they have artwork, prints. You can meet the artists at the Magic festivals. You can get signed cards. You can get test prints that are special, that are really prevalent all the time. Sheets are given as prizes from Magic vendors, or when you have a tournament. You sort of go with this. There's a lot of range of collectibles. Whereas in Pokemon, it's basically the seal box, the seal packs, the ungraded cards, and the graded cards. That's all you got. I mean, and they all start with the seal box. So really, there's no artwork. There's no altars. I think the guy who did the Charizard, the famous dragon dude, he signs the cards. He used to do like little altars, but he doesn't do shows. I mean, it's like 20 years ago or whatever, right? They don't do that kind of stuff. There's no Magic Fest. There's no Poke Festivals that maybe, there are. I think there's a Pokemon Fest, but it's not like a Magic Fest all the time. It's like 50 of them a year for Magic, right? So it's different. The fandom is different. I am not saying that it's not going to, they should have more. I'm saying that because of that reason, the valuations come solely on the sealed boxes as the premier thing. And I can see that because of the short supply and combination of all three things I just said with the Corona, they could easily put a bullish market into the system right now. All right, so now that I've talked more about kind of like the backstory and the three things that I think what's going on, here's what I think is going to happen. And I'm being serious here. I actually think that these Pokemon boxes will eventually hit 10K, pretty much for every box. Now, if the box already is at 10K, I see it probably running up to the next the next 10 digit. So if it's 10K, it has run up to go 20K. Now, here's the warning sign. I think there's going to be a cap for some of these boxes, for sure. And the reason why I say that is because eventually, it's not the cap because of the PSA 10 analysis. What I mean by that is people say, this is how people calculate it. If you look at other Pokemon analysis stuff, I've noticed, they calculate the PSA 9 and the PSA 10 potential sale, and then the percentage and the rarity of the chance of you pulling that card and getting a PSA 10. Follow me? So they calculate that price, and then they equate it to what the box price can get and the odds of you doing it. I don't think that actually is going to play long term. I actually think what's going to run up the boxes the most is the rarity, nostalgia, and the opening part of the boxes. See, when people open these boxes up and open the packs, they're just more rare. Just like Legends, Antiquities, Arabian Nights, Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, right? There's 6 top boxes for Magic. And the Dark is kind of number 7, but it's not. But those 6, right? Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, the core sets, like the base sets. Then you have the expansion sets that could be considered your Fossils, your Rocket, your Neos, right? Which is Arabian Nights, the first one, Antiquities, and Legends, right? And you got Arabian Nights, for example, for you Pokemon fans out there. It's about $150,000 to $200,000 for a box because it's so flippin' rare. In fact, I don't even know 20 boxes in the world where they exist. 20 boxes. I don't even know where 20 are. How many Neo Destiny first editions are there? Well, there's one online for like 30K or something on eBay, right? I've seen them at 20K. Packs sell for about 25K if you multiply the multiplier for 36 packs. So the point is, I mean, it's already getting to a price point where It's not quite Arabian Nights, right? But that's the top tier expansion. Now, there's a thing called Skyridge, right? Aquapolis. I think it was like 2013, whatever. Those packs were limited edition, the end of Wizard's era. The thing is, though, still, is it $150,000 a box? The base set for Pokemon is around $90,000 to $75,000 a box for first edition. That's the alpha, right? So alpha, in equivalent, I probably guess about $500,000 for a starter deck box for alpha, for Magic, or around the same for a booster box, if not more. Maybe $700,000 for a nice, clean alpha booster box. Oh my God, that would be sick. 36 packs, of course, 15 cards a pack, one rare. So think about that, Pokemon fans. The difference is tremendous. So I think, though, there's a cap to it. The main cap I see with Pokemon is part of it is that the what I said earlier, kind of like the fandom stuff, right? Unfortunately, there isn't the art connection, right? There isn't because the artwork wasn't original art; it was digitalized, right? There also isn't these conventions that have like alternative collectibles. Do you see where I'm going with this? If you have alternative collectibles that kind of continually bring the relationship through, right? Like, because Magic celebrates the fantasy art so much, and the sets are also so big. You have such a wide spread, and they go from traditional to digital. There's so much more collectability towards it. And that's the problem with Pokemon, is that you have these cool cards, and they can only do different borderless stuff, which they're doing, right, with the newer sets for Pokemon. But the thing is, eventually, you got to do something different. So I think that if you are looking at Pokemon as a space to invest, you have to be careful right now. So let me conclude here. It's going to be a hard road, guys. I think that if you're buying into the market right now, I think it still has room to go up. I actually think the current price of some of these boxes are like a fossil, $7,000, buy it now. I actually think those will go up to 10. But here's the thing. Investing 7 to potentially make 10. It's not the same as investing 2 when they were at 2 to make potentially 5. So I'm saying you're risking more money, or you're risking less money back in the day. Now you're putting more money. And some of you out there don't even have $7,000, which is also a big deal, right? So you gotta keep in mind, is it worth the risk? Is it worth, can your money be put in a different asset? That's interesting. So Pokemon's going up. But what's interesting, though, is there's other assets you can invest in, too. I'm going to talk about that in a second. All right, so the last part of this video is, other than Pokemon, right? Other than Pokemon boxes or cards, because what's going to happen is that the rarity of the cards, right? They're going to go, it's not going to be as rare. People are going to grade more Pokemon cards. More PSA 10s will come out eventually. People grow up, too. That's a big thing. I'm afraid that people grow up from Pokemon. They end up saying, well, I'm kind of done with Pokemon. I'll collect, which is good. That's a nostalgic thing. But remember, at a certain price point, this stuff becomes the cost of a car, a house, retirement level. And people would either cash out and go to other investments. So Pokemon fans, what other investments do you go into? If you take profits right now, let's say, I'd probably go into real estate. If you got enough vintage Pokemon stuff, start looking at putting down payment in your first house or your second house, or pay off that damn house. Pay off your car. Pay off your debt. That's another thing, right? Get out of debt. Get out of debt first. Don't just buy collectibles. Don't be so high, so much supply of collectibles. Don't do that. Pay off, get your normal life in order. I know some of you guys are younger, you're probably thinking, well, this is a luxury, I enjoy it. That's fine. If you are a collector just like Magic, if you enjoy the game, you enjoy collecting, you enjoy your nostalgia, that's fine. But if you're in debt, you're in dire debt, right? You need it for food. If you're spending your unemployment check that's going on right now, the Corona thing, on Pokemon, you're making a huge mistake, right? Especially with the rising prices. Another thing you could consider is that you could sell percentages of positions. An interesting thing. You can sell 20% of your position right now, take profits. It's healthy to take profits. You reinvest it into something else. You can put some into the stock market right now. The stock market is at lows. You can put a little gamble into airline stocks, casino stocks, and also hotel stocks, cruise ship stocks, stocks that have tanked because of this thing, and you believe you believe that these certain companies, solid companies, still have assets that are going to stay in business. The exponential growth is much higher than like buying a $7,000 Pokemon box and then going up to $10,000. Do you sure have some of that? I mean, sure, that goes up, that's a nice $3,000 gain, but it's not the same as an airline stock that could go 5x, 3x after this whole crap ends, right? So there's risk and reward. Or you can go more conservative. A lot of blue chip Dow Jones stocks have gone down, but those are usually strong companies, right? Buy them at a discount. But think long term. I know. It's not sexy. It's not like you have a box on your shelf. It's not like you're sleeping with a little Pikachu, little blow up doll. No. It's not like that. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel sexy, right? But I'm telling you, it in the long run, it's going to help you and your family and have a better, I would say, diversified portfolio. That's the last thing I have to say about this, is that Pokemon, to me, smells like a bubble in the sense that it's not diversified. Many of you have gone too crazy into buying just Pokemon, such a wide range. I actually think, back to my collector investor video, are you a collector? Are you an investor? The problem here with Pokemon collectors, I noticed, is that in their heart, they still collect Pokemon. They still like it. There's very few investors that are coming in with big money. Now, that's what's going to change the market if they do. But remember, if you just collect Pokemon only, it's going to be very hard for you to sell it. And it's going to be very hard for you to actually make money off it if you're not willing to, look at it like that. And that's what I kind of see, is that I don't really think Pokemon is quite there in the Magic level as people are willing to put in bigger money as an investable product. I may be wrong. All right, guys, enjoy your Friday. Hope you guys learned something. Be safe. Take care. Thank you, everyone, for supporting our channel. It means a lot to me that you're enjoying the content we're putting out there. I have a Patreon page that supporters have access to special perks and rewards. Become a supporter at patreon.com/vintagemagic. As a patron, you receive exciting pricing on sealed product, flash sales, annual gifts, and personalized consulting services from me. Again, thank you for subscribing to our videos and supporting the channel. I love meeting players, collectors, and investors all over the world. If you see me at a Grand Prix, please come by and say hi. I would love to meet you. Thank you, everyone, for your support and friendship. Hey everyone, it's me, Daniel with VintageMagic.com. I want to share with you more about how we handle consignments. So to begin the consignment process, we actually need to start with the consultation service. In this consultation, I will determine what you're looking to do. And generally, consigners usually tell me, hey Dan, I'm looking to sell my items and maximize the value of their collection. After we determine through the consultation, I usually like to do an appraisal process. And an appraisal process in terms of a consignment is more fitted towards authenticity and valuation for current market values. From there, after a contract is crafted and signed, we will then receive the items from you. The reason why our consignment process is very thorough is we also identify cards that could be graded so then they can maximize higher dollar values. So the payment process is very simple. Once we have sold your items, you'll get an updated ledger and we will process payment for whatever form of payment you need. As a consignor, you're gonna experience our white glove service. What that means is I'm gonna personally handle your collectibles from beginning to end. And rest assured, the client that purchases your collectibles will also receive the same white glove service. It's a signature service that I really pride myself on in working closely with my clients.
Vintage Magic. Game, collect, invest. For more information about our consulting and professional services, visit vintagemagic.com.